Hi everyone, today we're doing Tuna Mornay. So we're going to chop up half an onion. Sometimes after you're under the skin you'll get one layer of the flesh that you can tell that it's a little bit on the tough side. Get rid of it. Not very nice when you're eating something you come to this hard bit of onion that's a bit on the chewy side. Get rid of it. Okay. We're going to finely chop this. Doesn't have to be micro fine. This recipe is actually the one that's been... Alright. It's going to go into the microwave and zap it for about a minute. That's all you need. While we're waiting for that, I'll just sit back and do the next part. Mixture. Alright, we've got our tuna here. Aha! The onion is ready to be taken out of the microwave. Just so that it takes that sharp, raw onion effect off. You can use any brand of tuna. It is best if you use the Springwater or in brine. The one in oil, if you like it, yeah, use it, but I find it just makes everything a little bit on the greasy side. Okay, now I'm putting pasta in this. If you don't like pasta, you don't have to have it in there. Just find that by putting pasta into the basic mix, it bulks it out and it will go a lot further. Peas and corn, mix that in. Love peas and corn in it because it adds so much colour. You can saute some carrot and celery if you like. Put that in. Whew, a little bit on the warm side. Doesn't matter. Alright, add a bit of our cheese. Don't need too much cheese in this part of it because you're going to put cheese in the sauce. I always make the Mornay. It's a basic white sauce and I just add a few little bits extra. Okay, just get a cloth and I'll cover that over while we're over at the stove. Right, first off we're going to put the flour in the milk. A lot of people say, oh no, you've got to melt the butter and then put the flour in and make a roux and then you add the milk bit by bit. No, I don't do that. I like quick. This is what it's all about, quick. As I've said before, whisks are the best tool. Gets rid of lumps. You have a lot less lumps when you use a whisk. See? All done. Dip that into your pot. There it goes. How not to light a stove. Okay, just turn that down so it's not a fierce flame. You don't want milk boiling too quickly. Mishaps happen. Okay. Now, I did cheat in some of the milk and I just melted that in the microwave. You can do it in the pot. And as always, a watch pot never boils. So we just bring that to simmer and thicken. Have to be careful because you think it's not doing anything, it's going nowhere, and then all of a sudden, bam, it thickens. You have to be careful so that it doesn't stick. I'm amazed at the number of people that have told me they don't know how to make Tuna Mornay. I was brought up on it. Sunday night dinner, Tuna Mornay, scones, jam and cream, and hot homemade soup. I can feel it starting to thicken. You see around the edge of the pot where it's sticking to it, that's a good sign that it's thickening. Be careful here so that it doesn't catch and burn. Add our mustard. Just any sort of mustard really. This is a hot English one, just to give it a little bit more punch. Incorporate that in. Make sure it all mixes in well so you don't get any little lumps in there. Bit of salt and pepper, just the tiniest though, because you find that the tuna's got a bit of saltiness to it, so be careful. You can always add salt after you cook food. Very hard to take it out. Look how it is, and if you look at the bubbles, it's like bloop, bloop, bloops. Yeah, bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, now we're going to add some of our cheese. Because we added it into the main mix, you don't need a humongous amount. Put that in. You will also add your cheese onto the top, on your crunchy topping. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Very thick, as you can see. The bubbles were the way they, like a lava pit. That's what it reminds me of. And last off, just chuck our parsley in there. Can put it into the other mix with the tuna and pasta and all that. Doesn't really matter. This way though, I find that it just mixes in more evenly. Last couple of seconds. If you like a lot more flavour, I do what's called a bechamel sauce. Bechamel sauce is when you add the likes of celery, parsley, carrot, onion and bay leaf, and you put that into the milk and you just bring the milk to the simmer and let it sit for a while. About 10 minutes is usually enough, and it really increases the flavour of your white sauce. Whenever I do a white sauce, I usually do bechamel. And of course, before you use the milk, you strain it, take out the bits of onion and everything that infuses the flavour, and you just get the milk. Lovely. So we'll switch that off and take it back over to the bowl of goodies. Now we're going to pour our sauce in. Don't put it all in just yet. It depends. Some people like a runny mixture. Some people don't, so put the majority on it. Give it a good stir around. Don't go ridiculous so you break everything up, because don't get you've got those cooked spirals. And don't forget, when you're cooking pasta, don't cook and cook and cook it until it's a soggy, mushy mess. Get the al dente, just so that it's got a little bit of bite. No crunch, a bit of bite. Right, well, I think that's looking pretty good. I might just add a tiny bit more sauce. I've known people to deliberately make extra sauce so they can eat that by the spoonful. You can use it on vegetables. Right, just put your mixture in. Try not to get it all over the edge of the bowl. Some people are born messy cooks. A lot of people put layers of the crumbs and the cheese. I actually mix it in together. And just sprinkle it over. So you're getting crumbs. I'm using panko crumbs, but if you've got fresh bread, go for it. In the recipe it actually says fresh bread. And then just sprinkle it over the top. Doesn't take long. Just until the cheese melts and the crumbs go golden. Keep an eye on it, because it really doesn't take long.